Hello there, and welcome back to another show. We're not going to do the Bergman thing this week. We're going to do Bergman, but we thought the world's so depressing that we want to wait a few weeks before the world gets really depressing before we go to Bergman, so you are tuned to the nuances of a Bergman film. So we're going to do a more fun episode this time before we go into Bergman, which is like, what kind of films should you watch while you're in shutdown, while you're in self-isolation? I mean, the way things are going, we can go through the whole Bergman set before the isolation finishes, so we'll be fine.
Yes.
So here's Solitary Road, and he's going to tell us how he survived the self-isolation.
Hello everybody, hope you're well and not crawling up the walls yet. But then if you have a huge backlog like some of us, I'm sure you'll find something to keep you entertained.
Yes.
You can... It's whether you want to start with box sets or films that are appropriate, that are about isolation, or is that too much of a reminder for people that they're isolated?
No, my first ones were two films that are about isolation. So we'll just make it random. Just make it random. It's going to be a random conversation. I've got a whole list of stuff, and I'll just move around it to respond to whatever you're doing anyway.
So what were your two films to start us off?
These were the obvious ones, The Shining and The Thing. They seemed like the obvious films. If you want to go batshit crazy instantly, if you're really ready to go full on into paranoia, just watch these two films and you'll be there. You're in good shape.
Yes, I think a lot of people may realise that perhaps their relationships or marriages aren't as strong as they thought they were once they're locked in a house for a month.
Or two, or three.
Whether I would maybe just hide all the axes.
Yeah. And it's Shining just perfect for, that realisation that you're living with a psychopath, or you are the psychopath.
Yes.
I mean, or you think the person you're living with is infected, but they won't tell you, and oh my god, they're touching the food and what they're going to do to you and all that stuff.
Yes.
Now, I already did that video on The Thing this week. So I'm really doubling down on The Thing paranoia. I'm trying to get everyone paranoid about The Thing. I'm being completely irresponsible.
The Thing was on my list as well because it's fantastic.
Yep.
As if you need an excuse to watch it if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And if you have, watch it again.
Yep. Yeah. I went so far as to watch the prequel. That was how, even though I don't acknowledge a prequel as a prequel, but I watched it anyway.
Yeah. So if you have any petri dishes at home and some copper wire and a heat source, you can always do the blood test on each other just for a laugh.
Yeah. And if it turns out one of you are The Thing, well, good luck. That's a problem for the lawyers when you get your divorce.
Yes.
That's not... Don't tell us. We don't care. We really don't care.
Just make sure you leave your heating on so it doesn't freeze again.
Yeah. Well, then again, you'll probably turned off eventually. They'll just turn the heating off at some point, won't they?
Yeah.
Just to make it life more interesting.
Once the internet goes, we'll be in year zero.
Yeah. So next week then, we'll be goners. So watch this podcast where you can.
Yes.
Yes. So what's your first choice then?
How about Polanski's Repulsion?
Oh, yeah, we're going for the cheerful stuff instantly.
Yeah, we might as well go for the cheery stuff about being isolated in a flat.
I didn't have that one actually, but
in a strange land.
Yeah, I never thought of that one. I kind of didn't go full on paranoia. I went paranoia a few of them, but not. I didn't go like I'm going to try and make everybody hearing this list suffer like you obviously have.
I'm starting with the heavy ones, and we'll go to the lighter ones later.
Yeah. Well, I've got one that'll match yours, which is Lost Highway, which is David Lynch. I think it's the perfect time to watch this, be paranoid, and try and work out what the hell it's about.
Yes. I mean, the first 45 minutes of Lost Highway are amongst the best things he's ever done, I think.
Yeah. So that and Repulsion. Why did you choose Repulsion apart from all the paranoia? And in fact,
Just the hands in the wall, and just the general atmosphere of dread and desperation.
so have you had any hands come out your walls yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it'll be kind of interesting Saturday night, won't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Have you murdered anybody yet?
No,
No.
I'll get to that stage with work colleagues, but not quite yet.
All right. Yeah. So, Repulsion and Lost Highway, 2 fun paranoid films for you.
Yeah, when Bill Pullman's kind of walking through the house and through seemingly endless dark corridors, and Lynch opens up the frame, and because we've seen films, we expect things to come out of it, and of course it doesn't, which just makes it even better.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also got another one that's not exactly paranoid, but it is, but it's more of a Lovecraftian paranoia, which is In the Mouth of Madness.
Yes, that's a wonderful film.
I think it's perfect for sitting in the house wondering, is everything you've thought logically, is it all bollocks? Is it all insanity? Are you making it all up in your head? Or is the world going to end? And are you in a madhouse? I just think it's a perfect film for our time.
And as far as tentacles are concerned, I suppose you could add Jacob's Ladder to that.
Yep.
And see whether the person you live with, out the corner of your eye, whether they've got a tentacle coming out somewhere.
Yeah. Or you've also, what's the other? Hellraiser.
Yep.
Just someone of a strange box in your family, and are they playing with it in a weird way and looking perverted? I mean, that one could scare you.
If you walk in and the room's like covered in candles and chains and stuff, then I'll probably just back away.
Yeah. Just face the danger of coronavirus at that point.
Yes.
It's safer than the Cenobites. So, what else we got? Or do you want to continue with Repulsion?
No, I mean, Darren Aronofsky's Pi. It's a good little paranoid film. Even though he does go out and about, he's not locked in one location, but his flat is very interestingly designed, shall we say.
Yeah.
It's all about maths and chaos theory. It's very good.
I haven't seen it for years, so I can't comment on it now because I saw it when it came out and I have not seen it since. It's just one of those films I just haven't really gone back to.
Yeah, it's a really interesting, fun little paranoid film.
Yeah, the thing with that one was because it was so hyped up in the release, so when you actually see it, it's like, it's fine, but what's so great about it? It's that thing with that film. But I can see what you mean. It's a nice paranoid film for the modern age. It's just not one that really gets to me.
Yeah.
I've got some zombie ones. 2 zombie ones I think are perfect for the modern age. And
well, there's already a coronavirus zombie film, apparently.
I'm not surprised.
A direct to DVD already. So
they're probably still filming it as they put it up.
Yeah.
They'll probably edit it as it goes up. I mean, Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead, the Romero ones.
Yes.
I think they're perfect paranoia things because they're also about, not just about zombies, they're about being stuck in isolated places, which is the shopping mall, which is where everyone wants to go now, but they can't.
Yes.
And an army base where you're trapped and surrounded by death and zombies, and everyone's going mad inside. And that's probably the way a lot of army bases probably feel at the moment.
Yes, it's the bunker mentality.
Yeah. And I thought, it's a good film to watch if you're feeling down, so you think, the world sucks big time, everything's horrible, yet we're all going to die. It's kind of, it's movies for the depressing time.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, people will probably lose weight, which is a good thing. And also they might actually realise, why do we go to the shops every single day? And it's like, maybe we don't actually need to go to the shops every single day.
We don't, but we like to, because it gets us out of the house. And now being stuck in the house, it makes you realise that you're slowly going mad. You're slowly starting to talk to yourself. You're hearing the voice in your head and following them.
That's my normal everyday life.
Yeah. Is that what you like to chill to? Just
Yeah, there's
insanity?
voices in my head.
Yeah,
Save yourself, kill them all.
yeah. They're your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So what else have we got?
Well, I think you're going to use the picture, but Exterminating Angel by Brunel.
Yeah, actually, I've got all of Buñuel. Any
Yeah,
Buñuel film. Like, if you're stuck in the house, try and watch any Buñuel film. But Exterminating Angel definitely is one of my favourite films. But if you want to go beyond that, you've also got Exterminating Angel is actually about people stuck in a house. These rich people who can't leave the house, and no one knows why. It's a mystery of why can't they leave the house, and it's wonderful. It's really funny. It's really darkly humorous. It's just wonderful. But it's a film you have to see. It's not. You can't really explain it. It's just the atmosphere.
Because he refuses to explain why it happened, which might annoy some people, but you just have to go with it.
Yeah, I mean it is wonderful. But Buñuel also made stuff like Belle de Jour, which is about a prostitute, which is a funny film about sex, which would be good for you if you're stuck in the house. You've got Elle. You've got the Street Charm of Bourgeoisie. He did all these films in the 60s which were much more less narrative based.
That's one about a group of middle class friends who try and get dinner but can never get dinner, which I suppose might be apt.
Yeah, I mean, he was ahead of his time. There's also Phantom of Liberty, which is really spread out and weird but wonderful.
Yeah, that's just freeform almost.
Yep. And there's a whole bunch of them. I mean, Alexander de la Cruz, all about sexual obsession. You've got the final film where the guy sees two different actresses playing the same woman, so it shows two different sides of her personality.
Yeah, obscure objects of desire.
Yeah. I should know because I've got it, but I've seen it, but it's just one of those things I couldn't remember the title. But
yeah, because it's two different actresses and then a third one doing the voice.
It's wonderful though. It just works.
Yeah.
It just tells you everything you need to know about the psychology of that guy and how weird he is.
Yeah.
But I've got another one this is probably the last of my depressing ones actually, because I didn't go full on depression. I thought it'd be more fun to give you stuff to watch that was fun, but I went for sure because you're in the house.
Well, if you're going to watch it, it's a good time.
Yeah, and this one goes out to Isaac. Watch Shore, Isaac. You've got the time. Go watch it, because he's been telling me I'm going to watch the
Human Condition.
Yeah, that's one. That was it. So I'm watching that next week. So I'm watching that. He has to watch bloody Shore.
Yes. Human Condition was on my list as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that the list to watch because you haven't watched it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm kind of going to start it next week, but who knows when I'll finish it? But it is one of the ones I'm going to watch since I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sure. You're not. If you've got time, then that's the best time to watch it when you can't do anything else.
Yeah, and it also means if you feel a bit depressed about coronavirus, this shows you it could be much worse. So shut up and stop whining.
Yeah.
I mean, this shows you how minor the coronavirus is compared to what's happened in the past. This is nothing. So.
Yes. Okay, so if you want to talk about long films, I've still got the Russian War and Peace, which is 7 hours to watch. And if you haven't seen Decalogue by Shizlovsky, this is a good time to see Decalogue as well.
Yeah.
Plus, that's episodic as well, which helps.
Yeah, you can watch it in little bits.
Yeah.
At the end of an evening. Yeah. I've got an epic crime. I've got an epic series as well. Battles Without Humanity or Honor, which is
yeah, good shout.
Yeah, it's a 5-part, 5 films, all telling the story of one guy through the crimes, through the Yakuza from the 50s to the 70s in Japan. And not only that, you also have the New Battles, which is another 3 films after, which I haven't watched yet, but I need to get around to. So you've 8 films, 8 crime films from this peak of the Japanese Yakuza period. So you've no excuse not to watch them. This is really great stuff. So
yeah, and they're not that long, are they?
no, but and they're also they're very entertaining. So it's not a grind to watch them. They're enjoyable pulpy films, they're also got a serious side to them, so you're going to have a good time. And I've also included a couple other Japanese series. I've got Lone Wolf and Cub series.
Yeah, that's a breeze.
Yeah,
they're all about like 85 minutes long, and they're so joyful.
Yeah, there's tons of blood, tons of just a cute kid, lots of wonderful deaths, lots of insanity. Every film is really enjoyable. You've got Lady Snowblood series as well.
Yep.
You've got,
if you love Arterial Spray, then that's two good series.
You've got Female Prisoner Scorpion series. That's good as well. I've covered all these films.
I've got the Criterion Zatoichi collection to get through, which is 25 Zatoichi films.
How many have you seen?
2.
Sad. That's sad.
Yeah, just don't have the time.
Alright, that's your excuse.
That's my excuse.
Alright.
Everybody on YouTube keeps suggesting other films.
Who would that be?
I don't know. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's Isaac's fault again.
Yep.
That's we're going to retitle this episode "We Blame Isaac."
Yes.
That's what we're going to call it now. I've also got the Godzilla series, because if you're in a good mood, watching Godzilla destroy Japan 15 times is perfect for you. It just gets out a lot of, bad feeling, and they're so joyful in the destruction. I mean, I watched most of these over November, and they're addictive. You start watching one, then the next, then the next. You go through them pretty quick. They're all about 90 minutes at the most, really. I think probably the first one, which is a bit longer, but they're a great series. It's only £150 for all of them. I mean, that's basically a 10-hour film. Plus you get nice extras and nice quality transfers.
Yeah, and they're not mean-spirited films. They're joyful as they trashy city after city.
Yeah, and if you run out of those, you can also buy some from America. There's other ones from America. You can buy in if you've got multi-region player. Of course, America is the kind of virus hub at the moment, so if you buy them in, you'll probably get coronavirus from America. So that's a downside.
Nothing like panic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make you paranoid. I'm just enjoying the fact that I have made you paranoid.
Yes.
Because I've still got stuff coming through the post, so if I'm going to be paranoid about it, you can be as well.
Yes, the chances of catching it off post is slim.
I know, it's nothing. I mean, I've got the Buster Keaton set come through today, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
It wasn't on my list, but it might as well be.
Yeah. Well, I would say if you've got Indicator and if you took part in the sale and you bought lots of box sets, then the Hammer sets, again, very watchable. They're generally about an hour and a half or less, and you can get through them.
Yeah.
I recommend.
The Indicator Hammer set. Well,
yeah.
I wrote down Hammer, but not just the Hammer set. I wrote down all of them. Like, all of them in Blu-ray. Like, every one. There's, I mean, if you wait out a bit of a Taste of the Blood of Dracula coming out next month on Amazon for like £7. If you go to Amazon, you can get it for £7, which I've already pre-ordered that one. And you can get quite a lot of ones from Studio Canal, like Dracula, Curse of Frankenstein, Dracula, Prince of Darkness. I could go on. There's also ones from networks like Hand the Ripper. You've got Kiss the Vampire. All a wonderful film. You can even get kind of pulpy ones like Satanic Rites of Dracula and Dracula 1972 AD.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you just have a lot of fun with Hammer films. They're all really enjoyable. If you're just sitting in, it's a good time if you want to just sit back and relax and watch an old-fashioned horror movie.
Yeah, they'll cheer you up for an hour and a half.
Yep. And if you want to overdose on them, there's no shame in that. I will not judge you because I'll probably be doing that at some point, so I would be hypocritical.
And to kind of go back to your youth, the Ray Harryhausen sets and the Sinbad sets from Indicator are wonderful and automatically take you back to when you were a small child.
Yeah,
Or if you are a small child, you'll still enjoy them.
yeah, I've got them as well. They're wonderful. I didn't have them on my list, but I should have, but I never thought of them. But I did put down the Roger Corman Poe films.
Yeah.
Which are also wonderful films from the 60s. They're a bit more grown up than the Harryhausen ones, but they're also good. Vincent Price, hamming it up. There's some wonderful stuff there.
Yeah.
A lot of wild colours. The Harryhausen ones, one of the things you should make sure you do watch is like Jason and the Argonauts, because that looks great. That's just a wonderful film. The Sinbad as well. There's also stuff like First Men in the Moon, which are less well known, but actually are very good films.
Yeah.
And his Three Words of Gulliver is also terrific, but underseen.
Yeah.
So
I don't ever remember seeing that originally.
yeah, no, I had the DVD for a while. Then a friend managed to upgrade it. Mysterious Islands is good as well. It's got Captain Nemo in it as well. Herbert Lom is Captain Nemo. That's a nice little film, very underrated. There's a whole lot of really good films there.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you put on Jason and the Argonauts, it does take you back 30 years to when you first saw them, or 35 years when you first saw them.
But now they actually look better because they've been remastered, so they look more like what you imagined to be. And they actually look better now than a lot of CGI films, because the CGI now looks a bit fake when you more high definition you get, and the kind of more old-fashioned effects actually look better now.
Yeah, because one of the sometimes downsides of Blu-ray is matte work can sometimes stand out, but in actual fact, the stop motion doesn't actually worsen.
Yeah, no, it actually looks pretty good.
Still looks good, yeah.
You can see it's stop motion, but it doesn't matter. It still works.
Yeah.
It doesn't look as weird as a lot of CGI does. CGI can look really cartoonish if you're watching something from like the early 2000s when they went overboard in CGI. Now it looks like cartoon, which you don't really get in like stop motion or model work.
Yeah.
Sometimes they look like models, but a lot of the time that's an attraction, because I just watched the Tim Burton Batman film on 4K, and you can tell there's a lot of model work there, but it looks gorgeous because the models are so well done. It's like you can really appreciate the craftsmanship involved in them, so it's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it? I can't remember.
Well, I've got some long films that don't seem long, so if you want to pass some time without it feeling like you're passing time, you could do worse than watching Seven Samurai, or The Good, Bad and Ugly, or Once Upon a Time in the West, or Lawrence of Arabia, where you'll pass 3 or 4 hours without really knowing it.
Yep. I agree with that. Apart from Lawrence of Arabia, I feel Lawrence of Arabia when I watch that.
The second half is perhaps a little...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The second half kind of starts to get a bit wearisome, but the first half's really good.
Yeah.
Basically, when they let Peter O'Toole be mysterious and look into the sands a lot, it's dynamite.
You've also got Das Boot, Once Upon a Time in America, or even 2001, but I'm not sure 2001 flies by.
It does. Don't you dare say anything bad about that film. Yeah, I've got the 4K of that one. I can actually watch it in 4K now, so
yes,
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I've got a TV show that you've covered it. Homicide: Life in the Street. 7 seasons of it. If you're stuck in a house, that's a good thing to go watch. It's a really epic series with continuing plot lines, but there's still a lot of stories that are just 1 or 2 episodes, and there's some great characters. So if you want to look into the complexity of American society through a cop show, this is the one to watch. It really delivers. It's got great twists in it that are character-based twists, not plot twists.
Made by the same people who did The Wire, but obviously it was made in a time where they couldn't get away with swearing, they couldn't get away with excessive violence, but because it's so well written and the characters are so well written and the stories aren't black and white, they're always grey, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it was a series that was always been almost cancelled. It was pretty much every season they thought it was going to be the last season, so they kept on going, and actually
Yeah.
helped in a weird way because they didn't have they had to just focus on quality rather than trying to chase the ratings. They just had to keep going until they.
Yeah, because I remember watching it in Channel 4 and it would be on different days, different nights, different times. They kept moving it about. It was almost as if they didn't actually want you to watch it because it was really difficult to actually find.
I know, but it's a wonderful show. It's easy to find on DVD just now, and DVDs are still good quality. It was shot in 16mm,
Yeah.
so your system will just upscale it a little bit. It'll look good, and you can get it pretty cheap now. So if you're looking for something to watch that's quite cheap, but it's really good quality, Homicide, you could probably get it on Amazon for almost nothing.
Yes, and there's also Homicide the movie, which kind of ties everything up.
Yep, which I've got.
Yeah,
It's just really good.
which is fantastic as well.
Yep. So
I mean, obviously, if you haven't seen The Wire, then watch The Wire, because that's fantastic as well.
I know, but Homicide's the one that's underrated now because
Yeah,
everyone-
Homicide's the one that's forgotten about. It was kind of out at the same time as NYPD Blue, and NYPD Blue was more popular because it was more
easier.
not kind of mainstream, but kind of it wasn't as complex, I don't think, as
No.
Homicide was.
No, the main character's a bit more sentimental, and it wasn't never quite delivered the punch of Homicide. I was a Homicide fan.
Yeah, Homicide was amazing.
Yeah, I always looked down upon them. My PD Blues, like, you're not as good. Nice try, but you're not as good. So,
But other TV shows, there's the Twilight Zone box sets on Blu-ray, and it's relatively it's not cheap, but it's relatively cheap. Buck Rogers is now on Blu-ray if you want to relive your youth, which is a lot of fun.
so is Battlestar Galactica. That was my show, the original.
Yeah, and also the reboot is
I know.
really cheap as well.
I've got the box set of that, the box of the Blu-ray box with all of them in it. Yeah, I was a big Battlestar Galactica fan from both versions. So I can tell you all sorts of things you don't want to know about it.
Yeah, the one with Ray Milland and they go down to a planet and they're actually being used as food. That's a fantastic episode.
Yeah. I've seen the episodes of that no one else have ever rewatch. I've seen them too many times.
Yes.
I watched that a lot as a kid, as a teenager, so that was so what else do you got on TV?
Well, Breaking Bad, Justified, Deadwood. If you're one of those people who still haven't seen Twin Peaks, this is a good time to follow the whole thing all the way through, as they're now all available.
Yep. I've got also on TV. I've got Futurama. Which
Yep.
if you want a good, funny series, Futurama is terrific, and it's very sci-fi based. There's lots of really funny jokes. There's tons of the episodes. Some are better than others, obviously, but they retain a good consistency of quality throughout. And
Yeah, and there's plenty of nods and winks and Easter eggs to science fiction through the years.
yeah, in the first decade's worth of The Simpsons is good. If you get the first decade of The Simpsons, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
After that, it gets kind of rubbish, but the first 10 years worth, it's pretty damn good. I've also got The Universe, which is 6 seasons of science fact documentaries, all about the universe and all about all the science involved from
Yeah.
History Channel. I've got the box set of that on Blu-ray. It's terrific. You can just deep dive into that and find a lot of good stuff there. You can also try Ken Burns stuff like Civil War or the War or Vietnam War.
Yeah.
You know, there's just tons of stuff from Ken Burns that's good as well if you're looking for something to binge while you're sitting in the house going mental and thinking of The Shining way too much.
Yes.
Oh.
If you're literally writing out all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, page after page after page after page, you should maybe take a break.
Or you're my hero.
That's what I want to do.
So what else do you have? What other wonders do you have?
I was just going to add to the TV shows Firefly, which is Joss Whedon's space western that got stupidly cancelled. Northern Exposure and the animated Batman series is fantastic.
Actually, I was about to go into Batman, because I was going to start with Batman the movie.
Okay.
Batman the movie. If you're looking for a good, fun movie to watch, Batman the movie. I have seen this film so many times for babysitting, because my nephew loved it. I'd seen it so many times when I was a kid, and I've seen it so many times as from babysitting that it's wonderful. Then you can buy the Batman 66 3 seasons on Blu-ray and get some nice quality camp.
Yes.
It's wonderful. And then you've got the animated show, which is also another great thing. Then you've got Batman Beyond. So if you like Batman on TV, you can have a lot of good stuff. You know,
more films need to have Kapow coming up on the screen.
I know. You know, and if you're looking for, if even after that you've not enough Batman, you also try Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is the more modern one that's been inspired by the more campy elements and have done do kind of crazy plots and have Batman as a more fun character against really insane things. So Batman the Brave and the Bold is also good if you're feeling a bit daft. And if you're feeling a bit depressed after that, you want to watch another Batman, you can also watch the Tim Burton Batmans, because they're good fun and depressing.
Yes.
So there's lots of Batman if you like Batman.
Yeah.
You know.
Another kind of criminally underrated animated show is Samurai Jack. If you can find that, that's a lot of fun as well.
I haven't seen that. I was meant to watch that one, but I've never actually seen it.
It's the mix of the samurai traditions, but way in the future.
Yep. It's one of those
fantastic.
Yeah, I've just never got around to seeing it. It's just one of those ones that just passed me by. Also, I've got a couple of good-natured films that might keep me going.
Good-natured films?
Yep.
What are these?
Yep. I've got Pee-wee's Big Adventure by Tim Burton.
Okay.
Which is a fun little movie. You don't like Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
It's okay. It's okay.
It's wonderful. Shut up.
I haven't seen it for a while.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Ignore the cynicism of my co-host. So if you're needing cheered up, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is a good film to have. And if you think you're going to die, Beetlejuice, because it'll give you tips for the afterworld.
Yes, that's a sensible choice. If
you get the virus, Beetlejuice will really help. And also, if you're looking for some fun, bright-natured film is Speed Racer, which is from the Wachowskis. It was the big bomb in the late noughties, and it came out just after Iron Man and got trounced.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
It's really good fun. It's really enjoyable. The big sin was it came out at the same time as the final Indiana Jones film. And Indiana Jones film made a fortune, and Speed Racer got killed, and Speed Racer is by far the better film. It's always kind of bugged me, that one, because it's they gave the money to the bad film, and the film that deserved it didn't get it. So it's one of in the world stage, it's not the biggest disaster, but in the film world, I think that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But not quite having a meeting with Harvey Weinstein bad, but pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah. We had to have a Weinstein joke in here somewhere.
Yes, might as well have some levity.
Yep. So what else do you have?
It's just really back to box sets, and the Alan Clark BFI box set, which I've still only nibbled round the edges. I need to kind of devour that properly. And the Herzog Kaurismäki box sets as well. Pretty much any box set that you've got lying about the house, this is the time to watch them.
Yeah. Well, I've got directors you should try and follow. Some of them have box sets, some of them don't, but there's certain directors who have great films. If you want to watch something and you see their names attached to it, just watch it, because you'll have a good time. There's Uzu, who does very humane films, and they might be good for you to sit back and watch. If you don't want to kill your family, watch these films, and they make you realise how complicated life is and how complicated families are. It might give you a more humane view of your family that will stop the axe from being pulled out.
Yeah.
That could work. Kubrick films, if you want to pick up the axe and see humanity as horrible, Kubrick's a lot darker, but there's also some funny films about the end of the world, like Doctor Strangelove. You've got Paths of Glory about the insanity of war. You've got The Shining, obviously, about the insanity of families. You've got Eyes Wide Shut about the insanity of sexuality. You've got another insanity of war one with Full Metal Jacket. Lots of really good films with a sense of humour and visually stunning.
Thought you'd get Kubrick in somehow.
Of course I would. John Pear Melville films. There's a box set, Melville box set. His stuff's terrific, and it's also very stylised. There's a lot of them are thrillers, but they're arty thrillers. So there's great style to them, but they're also very humane in a weird way. But the emotions are kind of distant, though.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah, and you've also got Arm of Shadows, which is one of the greatest ever films about the Resistance.
Yeah, because it tells the truth.
Yep. Yeah, but how? Sorry.
I was just going to say his La Samurai is one of the best man in a room films, or man alone films.
Yep. His films are great. Just buy the box set, sit back, and you're going to have some good time. I'd say Howard Hawks films, because he does a lot of entertaining films, like 20th Century, Bringing Up Baby.
How is Bringing Up Baby not on Blu-ray yet?
I know.
And Ernst Lubitsch Shop Around the Corner. They're just like, why?
Yeah. You pick up Lubitsch stuff as well, but a lot of the 30s, 40s stuff is terrific.
Yeah.
You've got Howard Hawks, some of the Big Sleep, and all that stuff, and you've got Rio Bravo. It's just tons of films from Howard Hawks that are just wonderful. I was a War Bride with Cary Grant and Drag, which is also terrific.
Yes.
There's just really a lot of funny films, a lot of entertaining films from him.
Yeah, they're films that they literally don't make anymore.
Yeah. See, a sense of humour, he knows just how far to push it. He knows how far it's too far and how to pull it back. You can get a lot of his films in streaming just now, actually, in Amazon streaming.
Yeah.
So, and they're usually quite cheap, so if you're looking for some entertainment, I would recommend them. Because I got 20th Century on streaming, because you couldn't find it anywhere else. I found it streaming for almost nothing. I was like, I'll take that. And it's a wonderful film.
Yes.
There's and you'd love it because
it's Carl Lombard.
Yeah. We've also got John Milius films, if you're looking for some fun, because he makes some. He's very macho, and he's also a sense of humour, and he's this grandeur of humanity. So you get some really good films from him. You've got Big Wednesday, you've got The Wind and the Line, Dillinger, Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, Dillinger's fantastic.
Yeah,
Dillinger really impressed me.
Yeah, Red Dawn, Farewell to the King. There's lots of stuff, great stuff. I mean, my favourite film of that is Big Wednesday. You love Dillinger, but they're all good, fun films. I mean, Dillinger's also terrific. It's just I haven't seen it for a while, but his stuff, from the 70s to the late 80s, it's just terrific. It's just some really great underrated stuff. Because he wasn't well liked in Hollywood, he got a bad reputation. So some of his films haven't been as promoted as they should, but they're great stuff.
Yeah.
And finally about Richard Lester films, because he's done a lot of good stuff as well, and if you're looking for some funny, weird films to get you through isolation, you have stuff like How I Won the War, you have the Beatles films, you've got Superman 2 and 3, you've got Two Musketeers and Three Musketeers, you've got Petunia.
You've got the bed sitting room, which perhaps is the most relevant one.
I was leaving that to the end. I was leaving that one to the big finale. Yeah, that is the most fitting one, because that's a satire about a Britain after a big disaster. There's only 7 people left, and it's all about insanity. It's very surreal. Based on a Spike Milligan play, it is just amazing. It's so wonderful. And it's available for a good transfer from BFI. It is a really beautiful transfer. So you can probably buy it for a tenner now. It's so good.
Yeah, Spike Milligan's in it, Dudley Moore, Peter Cook, Arthur Lowe.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
And the actual one of the good jokes is the billing they have it is based on height.
Yes.
Which is a nice little joke. But yeah, Richard Lester films, they're so terrific and so weird. So I'll pass it back to you now.
I'm really out. Essentially, just watch anything. If there's a director that you've kind of never got around to watching, again, the streaming services now, stuff on YouTube. There's actually Korean Film Archive or Korean Film on YouTube that pretty much has lots of Korean films for free on YouTube.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know how they've done it, but there's like over 200 Korean films that you can just watch on YouTube for nothing, and they're subtitled. So again, if you've been intrigued by films of a certain director or a certain country and you've never really had the time to do it, then the streaming services, YouTube, companies are still, their online shops are still going. Don't know about the Post, but
the Post
certainly
the Post is still going just now because I bought some stuff from CX and it still arrived. I didn't actually expect it to arrive. I thought, well, I bought it and it'll arrive when it arrives. I'm not bothered. And it arrived quick and I was like, really? Why?
Yeah, so there's a lot of online companies that are doing sales at the moment, obviously to encourage people to buy stuff. So it's a perfect time to get some things cheap as well.
Yeah, I've got a few more films, or more than a few, but I'll do them quick. There's El Cid, with Charlton Heston, epic from Anthony Mann from the 60s, which is an epic movie, but you have the time to watch it, and it's really worth it. I haven't
seen that for years.
It's great. I got the Blu-ray of that one. It's really great. There's Cronenberg's Existence, which is all about virtual reality, and if you have a VR machine, it'll make you realise that you should never return to humanity. Just go crazy in the VR machine. It's great. Yeah. It's a wonderful little film that was ignored because The Matrix came out. The Matrix got all the hype. Kung Fu films, which is stuff like Touch of Zen, things like that. They're wonderful Kung Fu movies. They're just so good. Yes. Dragging in. The good thing about his films is he's good at story and having fight scenes that make emotional sense, as well as having like physical sense. You can see what the tactics are. You also make emotional sense as the story goes on. So their stuff's great. There's Popstar Never Stop Stopping, which is a funny little comedy about. I mean, you're going to watch Spinal Tap if you can, but this is another film that's not Spinal Tap, but it's also funny about the pop industry. This is a modern one about an idiot kind of Justin Bieber type of person, and the Lonely Island guys did this, and they made a funny parody of the modern mindless corporate drone who didn't have a clue about anything. I've got Predator and Die Hard, because if you want some old action 80s classics, put them on and have some fun.
Yes.
You know, you're going to have a good time with those two, you know. And I put down two Massive Bombs, because I thought every listing to Massive Bomb or two, just to... I mean, a few other films I've listed were bombs, but these are notorious bombs. So I put down Howard the Duck and Hudson Hawk, because why not?
I was going to say is Hudson Hawk there, but...
Yeah, so I'd like to throw that at everybody.
I actually finally succumbed and got Howard the Duck on the 101 Black Label, and it's not actually that bad.
Yeah.
I think, looking back on it, I would actually rather watch Howard the Duck than, say, Aquaman, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's actually not that bad.
It's enjoyably campy and weird. It's a film. That's what I like about both these films, right? Is the films are made by people who knew what film they wanted to make. It just wasn't for most of the population. And they spent a lot of money on it, and they made a film they wanted to make, but it wasn't for everybody or most people. It was just weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's a really interesting extra in Howard the Duck with Vic Pratt for about 20 minutes or so, and he talks about the comic Howard the Duck and how it kind of came about, and how George Lucas essentially bullied the studio because he was so powerful at that time to make it, and even the people that were making it were kind of unsure that it was going to translate, and they didn't translate everything into the film that actually made Howard the Duck popular in the comic. It's actually very interesting.
Yeah, Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like I just thought, but insert your own bomb. I mean, some people love Raise the Titanic, some people love this or Ishtar or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, try a bomb. I just chose the two that I thought I could suggest, but find a disaster that you enjoy that
if you
no one
want to
else
say that,
likes.
I'll say John Carter,
I love John Carter as well. That's great.
which was obviously a bomb because it lost so much money, but it's actually a really good little film.
Yeah, I mean, find your own film that made no money that you really love. I mean, I also brought up Speed Racer, was a massive bomb when it was released.
Yeah.
You've always got some films you love that no one else likes. Find those films and watch them.
Yeah, don't just go by what people say. Make up your own mind.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people who just go, I'm not going to buy that because I'm not going to watch that because everybody says it's rubbish. And it's like, well, it's up to you to decide. And a lot of them are. But
Yeah.
there's also some that you actually really enjoy and you go, why did everybody hate this?
Yeah, and there's also films that are made that everyone loves and you look at it and go, huh?
Yeah.
Why? What?
That's what makes cinema so good.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. It's just like I just brought in the ones I like, but yeah, you're going to find a few of those and just watch them. You're off, you're stuck in. Watch something that brings you joy that no one else might think of, that will bring a smile to your face, even though it's not going to do much for a lot of people because it's about you surviving the, coronavirus. So
Yeah.
So don't feel guilty about watching a couple of things that people call guilty pleasures. I mean,
That's why Flash Gordon for me is better than Star Wars.
yeah, I'm a Flash Gordon too. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll throw in 13th Warrior at some point on while I'm waiting inside. I mean, I'm going to watch films that, like Ronan just made a video about Ravenous, was another one of those films that I adore that no one else seems to like. It's just like
it was a dud on release, but
yeah. Just
fantastic.
Just find those films and watch them too because you're gonna have some fun with them, and that's the joy of it. I mean, for God's sake, I made a video about Escape from LA when I was nice about it. I mean, that's
yes.
I will hit the. I don't care. Although I did do a video about bad video game adaptations, and that was painful. I was sore. I'm still planning revenge for that one.
Yes.
I did not enjoy my time watching those three.
I can imagine.
I say all this stuff, but if it's Super Mario Bros. You love, you've got a problem.
Yeah, there are limits.
Yeah, we do not endorse Super Mario Brothers. We endorse Howard the Duck, but not Super Mario Bros. We have our pride.
Yes, that's the take-home message.
Yeah. Only Isaac should watch Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
And SGS films. They should watch it, no one else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope you enjoyed this. We thought we'd do a fun one. I think
It's a little
we'll
diversion.
Yep. Hopefully we'll be back in 2 weeks, and I think we may go back to do the Bergman at that point, because at that point everybody is softened up for the depression.
Yes.
Plus, I'm definitely going to want to watch them next week or two because I want to watch them because it'll soothe my fractured ego. Because I should point out just before we started filming this, I made a joke about me being a genius and I totally screwed up completely, which was quite funny.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's welcome to life.
Yes. Yep. Well, we hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next week or fortnight.
Okay, bye.